Wow, couldn't get this thing to go, man. We were stuck. I couldn't get nothing. The broadcaster wouldn't work. The web pages wouldn't work. I think we are live. All right. We're not in the green, but I think we are live. And we'll get right into this. Man, that's pretty crazy. All right. Hopefully we don't have any more issues. Welcome in for a Monday night. Above Ground World News reporting from FEMA Region 7. We're going to jump into some headlines. We're going to jump into some crazy stuff going on all across the planet. I just want to check right here, make sure we don't have nothing popping off too serious. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into some of these articles. So there's an extinct volcano has woken up, and scientists say it could erupt at any moment. A volcano in far eastern corner of Russia that was previously considered extinct may be waking up, and eruption could be catastrophic. Could be, might be, maybe. Here we go again. So the Udina volcano, I don't know how you pronounce that, up in the Kamchatka Peninsula was believed to be extinct until 2017 when increasing seismic activity detected beneath it, scientists say. Now we got a lot of weird stuff going on right now that we'll be getting into tonight. So they're installing 4 temporary seismic monitoring stations, and it's called a elliptical cluster of seismic man, I can't talk tonight. Activity had formed around the volcano. All right. So let's jump into the next crazy thing. So up in Minnesota, Highway 67 closed due to a fault line separation. And I mean, look at this. There's a picture here from April 5th, and it was just, a pretty good sized crack. But now, look at this picture from May 24th. We need somebody on the ground up there. What's it look like today? They say this thing could be moving an inch a day. And this kind of goes along with some of the other things that we're looking at. And yesterday we reported on how the tar was coming up out of the road, the methane coming up out of the road in California. And I watched a part of Dutch's video earlier today where he did a little research on that, and there's like gold underneath them tar pits. So who knows what's going on out there. But yeah, I found a couple articles on this. Yeah, they're saying, officials say the fault line has been separating at a rate of 1 inch per day. This means visitors heading to Upper Sioux Agency Park must come from the north on southbound Highway 67. So crazy changes, and that's not all of them. We're still getting to them. Now, there was something in here I read that I wanted to dig into, and I don't see it now, so. And then on top of that, we had a 4.0 earthquake up in Ohio. Yeah, my app went off earlier today, and I was like, what? Ohio? Now, they've had quakes before. But with all these, I'm kind of thinking, I mean, it's hard to tell what's going on because we have solar stuff coming in. We've had some of the biggest quakes of the year that happened down in Peru. We had a 8.0. You've had Popo go off. You've had Cinnabon go off like a 55,000 foot blast. And man, just crazy earth changes going on. But I'm kind of wondering if this one was caused by the weight of the water. Now all these lakes are completely flooded. They're 3 foot, 4 foot higher than they should be. We got all the floods in the Midwest, You know, maybe the plates are being crunched down from the weight of the water. I mean, when they built all these dams, they created a bunch of earthquakes, building the dams, displacing the water. So we got tons of water, tons of snow, just smashing down on the plates, and maybe that's why some of this stuff is going on. I don't know what to dig into it a little deeper, but there was no reports of any damage and all that stuff. We'll take a look and see if there was any kind of you know, normally you can watch the flow of the seismic pressure going around the plates, so we'll look and see if there was anything going on for that. So yeah, no damage, but man, a lot of people felt it. All right, what I want to get into here. Yeah, this is pretty crazy though, this Minnesota thing. All right, so I wanted to hit just some of these mainstream articles here. I watched a couple of these videos. I didn't watch the whole damn thing, but I forced myself to watch a couple of these. Just wanted to see what was going on. And out here in Beverly Hills, they're going to ban the sale of the most tobacco products. And what they mean, cigarettes. They're going to ban cigarettes, but yet they're going to have cigar shops. Because you got, you know, the Terminator owns a cigar shop there. Anyway, they're gonna legalize weed and mushrooms and all that stuff, but they're gonna make tobacco illegal, man. It's just the things that are going on now is just nuts. And over here, where was this one at? Okay, JetBlue has begun using facial recognition to board certain flights. And this is in the New York's JFK airport. So you're being videotaped when you walk in the airport, and then you can board on with the facial recognition. That's not good. We're going towards the way of China. China's vision of a censored internet. And China's calling this the new version of the internet, where they can scrub anything they want. You try to search for something. If they don't want you to know about it, it's not going to be there. This is what they want to, they want all the internet to be controlled. So it's going to get bad, you know, as far as trying to get information out. And I watched this one, Google defends YouTube practices, but there was something about what they said that was just a bunch of crap. Maybe we'll play a second of it.
Despite a series of recent scandals, in a new interview, Sundar Pichai admitted that the company isn't perfect, and he acknowledged that YouTube doesn't guarantee top quality service that users expect.
This comes as the company faces allegations of fostering hate, enabling pedophiles.
Yeah, but yet they'll, if you talk about what's going on in the sky, they'll shadow ban you and hide all your stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that one. They'll probably hit me on that anyway. Oh, yeah, then we had a fire that ripped through North Hollywood Strip Mall today. I didn't get to look back in there, but this thing all burned up. And this guy, I showed some footage that he took with a drone. And I think this was up in either Iowa or Nebraska, but he went back and got some more footage of this thing, and it shows how bad the water has washed away the farmland. He's thinking of like 30 acres have dropped off into the lake. Now this thing was on the land, like it was like 300 yards from the river, and now it's actually part of the river. So pretty crazy flooding, man. This is going to be a big time issue. Look at how the land is just completely washed away, and where the water was up here, it turned the dirt into like a sand, man. So these farmers are going to be dealing with this stuff for a long time. And then we also had a carnival slapped with a $20 million fine after it was caught dumping trash into the ocean again. You know, these things right here put off 1 million cars worth of emissions a day. Now, if you stopped all these and you stopped all the aircraft in the sky, there wouldn't be any kind of, global warming BS and climate change. The climate's always going to change with the sun cycles. And then you get man in here controlling stuff. And then you got the natural cycles. The earth is always moving. The plates are always moving. We're always going to have climate not change in the way they say, but we're always going to have some kind of crazy stuff going on with the earth. That's just part of being here. Now, here was an article that come out, and they were talking about how teens and cell phones lead to anxiety and depression and low self-esteem. And what they're talking about is screen time and the mental health, but they're not telling you the truth. They're not telling you about the radiation coming off that cell phone. They're trying to blame it on the screen, the black mirror. So, they never tell the truth, ever. So then we got Jupiter's this month's going to be, it's really close. You should be able to see the moons without a telescope. But hopefully this weekend I'm going to break out the observatory and we'll do some live streaming. We'll go zoom in on this stuff really close. So I got some really good cameras, and hopefully I can get that going, and we'll do that this weekend sometime. Whoever stays up late, it'll have to be late. All right. On top of all that stuff, we had an outbreak of noculate clouds. Over the weekend, a huge outbreak of noculate clouds occurred from the frosted meteor smoke. Let's see. The trindles of frosted meteor smoke were sighted in Europe and the USA as far south as Oregon and Utah and California. It's been almost 10 years since they've seen them in Oregon. So, plasma. We had a pretty good solar wind coming, or whatever it was there. But the other thing that causes these, the Hart facility can also cause noculate clouds. They just did the test, the experiment just a few months ago, might have been a month ago. And what they're saying here, previous studies have shown that noculate clouds sometimes intensify during solar minimum. Solar minimum conditions are in effect now. Has the sun been without sunspots for 22 consecutive days? But pretty crazy, man. We know these can be man-made too. Not only from the solar, man can make them too. They do it all the time. All right, let's go ahead and let me get something loaded here, and then we will go into a few other things. Yeah, it threw me off there without the and what do you know, man? There's a cyclone right where I said one would form. So it's now a tropical storm, Bayu. We were watching for that. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer for that to develop, but it's there. Let me click on it. You guys probably won't be able to see this. And it's looking to hit parts of India between a category 1, category 2. We'll take a look at this stuff on the Mimic real quick. Yeah, pretty soon we're not going to have internet to communicate. We're going to have to use ham radios and stuff like that, two-way radios, because they're going to block the truth. The New World Order can't succeed without us out here telling the truth, man. People will wake up. That's what they're afraid of. All right, so I'm just going to kind of document this for a minute, take a quick look at it. We can see the atmospheric river trying to go up where it normally goes, but they're not going to let it. completely manipulated over there in the Atlantic through the Gulf of Mexico. See, this thing's trying to flow. Like, it's been so manipulated, man. It don't even look like it used to look at all. Like, this one looks normal. That's like a normal spin of the atmospheric river right there. That's like the only one. Everything else looks like it's been affected in one way or another. And see, that's pretty crazy. That cyclone's supposed to turn up when it's headed directly east northeast, but it's going to take a turn straight up the coast. And it's pretty crazy because it's the same time they're doing the weather engineering programs up in China. All right, we got that document. Let's go ahead and look at that face right there. Wow. Sky demons again. It's even got pupils in the eyes, if you can see that. Wow, that's pretty crazy. All right, we'll take a look at the... Man, it still looks like a face. That's strange. All right, so that's always gives us a sign that there's something going on. Forgot to put the borders and stuff on here. Yeah, so if anybody lives up by that the road splitting apart, man, get some pictures and email them to AGWN. We'll show what it looks like today. Wow, we got a lot of frequencies going on down here in the Bajas. Look at that, man. I'm trying to get on the right. All right. So look, the spraying operation continues over California, right over San Jose, right over the Paradise area, or is that up a little bit farther north? But yeah, heavy aerosols over Nevada, all the way into Utah, all the way over into Kansas. So we have a mega spraying operation still going on out in the Pacific. So I'm just kind of looking around here. I didn't get to get all this stuff loaded, which sucks because now it'll probably make the stream suck. Another spraying operation off the coast of Oregon. Don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, we'll take a look at San Francisco. That's down a little farther. Whoa, look at them. So we got some microwave clouds. These are not gravity wave clouds. Yeah, I need to get this to load real good. So we're going to have to wait on this damn thing to load. All right, so we'll let that load. At least the stream's back in the green. Yeah, Bamboo, I'll try to get down there if we'll get it up. All right, so we definitely have some microwave clouds over here. We got aerosols being deployed down here in San Diego. Few aerosols mixed in here and there. So the whole coast of California is getting sprayed, and then you're getting hit with microwaves. Like, we should pull up the Earth null and check the wind patterns. But I mean, you got almost a L shape carved out of the microwave clouds. So really the whole state has got some kind of aerosols being deployed over it. Oregon's being sprayed. Washington's getting a little break. Sides getting hammered. Idaho, complete whiteout. Wyoming, getting plastered. Montana, all the way up into Canada. Nebraska's got a spraying operation. New Mexico, a spraying operation, which you can't see because they're already hitting it with the weather. Texas, Oklahoma. Not too many places clear. We were clear here in Missouri today. Didn't see one trail in the sky. Probably same thing with Kansas. Iowa looks clear. Minnesota, pretty clear. A little bit of fair weather clouds. Wisconsin, looking good. Chicago's, well, it's hard to say till I hit this layer. Yeah, you're pretty good. Arkansas, getting hammered. You guys are getting the segmented sprays. And also see a big X in there for the load. Spraying in Arkansas for sure. And what do we got going down here in southern Florida? So we definitely have some aerosols, but it looks like we're a little behind on picking them up on here. We'll be able to see this on the Go 17. Now I did look when I was up here, trying to look up here in Alaska. You have a big spraying operation over Russia, right where they're talking about this volcano. So you got tons of aerosols being deployed up here. I mean, just big time aerosols. Look at the color of this nasty stuff. This is a huge spraying operation way up here, way up in Russia. Like way up there. This is a huge spraying operation way up here, way up in Russia, like way up there. And you even got aerosol, tons of aerosols out here in the Atlantic, pulling the moisture that way. You know, where they're spraying, that's where they're trying to guide these systems. Hell, we got spraying going way on up here too, man. It's like everywhere. There's no hiding from it. More spraying up in the Arctic, right here off of Greenland. Yeah, it's not loading very good at all. Just kind of bear with me here. See if I should be able to spot anything really wicked. Just once it semi-loads. And then we'll zoom in on it. Yeah, they're killing our stream tonight, man. Buffering bad. Dropping frames. Yeah, I'm dropping tons of frames. They're going to mess with the audio again. They are. They love to throttle us, man. It's ridiculous. It's probably only going to get worse. I mean, pretty soon we're going to have to probably just go to D-Live all the time, man, because it's just getting harder to pull a stream off. Especially when they don't like what you're saying. If you're saying some stupid stuff, they don't care. Can't even get Australia to load here. I want to take a little quick look at them. Yeah, it's in the green again. It's like they keep throttling us, and then they let it go, and then they jump in, throttle us, let it go. Like my internet's sucking right now for some reason, but it's in the green. All right, so I guess that ain't gonna load. I'm gonna have to look a little more deeper into that Ebola stuff that's going on. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're probably just hitting the hole. They're probably attacking my computer or something. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. Like every night, I have to ask for a manual review to monetize my video. I mean, I swear, every single night. Yeah, they're just trying to make it tougher on us. Yeah, I mean, the stream is actually unusually really bad tonight, it seems like. So we got a few severe thunderstorms popping off down there in Florida, over in Arizona, right where all the chemtrails are. North Carolina. Like, even this map is like, it's running actually pretty decent. Yes, we got the latest thunderstorms were up in North Carolina. And of course, we got the major flooding everywhere. I mean, we're going to be in these flood warnings for months on end. Now, we need to go just take a quick look at the forecast. Yeah, it's like they give us like 2 minutes of no buffering, and then all of a sudden they hit us a little bit. So let's take a quick look at these noodle map here for that storm. Yeah, see that the atmospheric river is going to the northeast, but somehow the cyclone's going to take a turn up and go against the grain. So the GFS has this thing going up. It's supposed to be, they're going to guide it up into China to try to get some rain over the desert areas. That's what they're going to do. Regardless of what this thing says, that's where they want it. Yeah, we got maybe, they've lowered Truman Lake maybe 3 inches, 4 inches, maybe. I guess we could always go look at the official numbers, but I mean, I'm going by, there's a couple gates that are in the water, you know, like cattle gates. And 2 days ago, it was at the second bar from the top, the second bar down, and today is about 3 or 4 inches below that second bar. So it's dropped probably like 3 or 4 inches, but that's, you know, a little bit of rain, man. It's going to go right back up. So it looks like we're all going to get a little bit of a break until Wednesday. So Wednesday, the heavy rain, well, you got a few storms down there in Georgia, South Carolina, Florida. Little rain there in Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota. And here it comes in Wednesday. And then right up through the north. See, these things are just taking the same pass over and over until they steer the atmospheric river here. That's a pretty wicked system right here. Coming up next Saturday, going into Sunday. Could see tornadoes over Chicago. Definitely Kansas. Yeah, that's a pretty wicked little storm right there. That's going to be a wind event going right over Michigan. And then shoots right out. Florida, you're going to start getting a little bit of rain. And the East Coast, you're going to get hammered here for a while. Yeah, it's just not going to end, man. It's just going to keep on coming. Now I want to look and see if the total amounts have changed at all. Let's just crank it up. All right, so here's all our target zones for the heavy flooding. So they're going to keep on flooding Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee. So it looks like they kind of slowed the rain up in the Northeast a little bit. Looking to dry out Southern California. The air is really toxic over there. And we probably need to go look at the earth null and see what is going on with it. I haven't looked at email yet, so you'll just have to bear with me on the emails. I usually don't get to them until after the show, or maybe in the morning, depending on how tired we are after the show. Yeah, I get behind on all the emails and all that stuff, man. It's pretty hard to get caught up when you got multiple platforms, and it's a one-man rodeo here. So we got some really high winds right down here at the equator. So that's pretty new. Wow, that's pretty wild. So the southern vortex seems to be okay. Let me just check temperatures real quick up here. So we got a little bit of a compression event going on right where the aerosols are being deployed over Russia and the Arctic and over Alaska. Everything seems to be normal down in the Antarctic. All right, let's get this back on. Oh, I wanted the winds. What the heck? All right, I want to check this is our jet stream winds right here. And you guys notice the bunker fuel ships are not out here. They haven't been out here for like 2 days. But the aerosols have started back up. Like really the jet stream is split. Part of it's going down south to recycle the moisture up from the atmospheric river, and then part of it's, you got this trough right here shooting it up into Canada. I was check the vortice layer. The scalar is around 47,000 feet up, 44,700 and something feet up. Just kind of gives us an idea of the flow of everything. All right, let's go ahead and check the ocean. No mega waves or nothing to warn about. Haven't had any of these since for a while. Oh yeah, we got to check the sea surface temperature and see if they're doing any kind of funny business down here. What we noticed yesterday was we got a lot of heating going on up in the Aleutian Island chain out here in the Pacific. A lot of this to me is just leftover Fukushima. The thing ain't never gonna stop. We got a weird cooling event. I mean, what in the heck is going on down here? We have a super cold spot down here off of South America. But what we notice is the currents have changed up here on the East Coast. See, the currents are starting to, the channels are like slipping out. That's just another earth change. We got to kind of wonder what's going on. What's going on right here? What is this? Oh, that's an island. That's why. Okay. But yeah, this current right here used to run right up the coast, and now it's like drifted out. You got a weird earthquake in Ohio. You got a plate shifting over Minnesota. You got tar coming out of California roads and methane. A lot of weird earth changes, big earthquakes. Oh yeah, we were going to look at the earthquakes, just see if there's any kind of seismic pressure there. But yeah, look at the air, man. The air quality in Southern California is horrible. Bamboo, get you a mask. Well, we can pretty much see where the fires are right here. I mean, wherever you got carbon monoxide, you got fires. So we got a few fires here and there. Some of this could be caused by fracking. That's really a white dot right there. That's kind of weird. But the air quality in California is horrible right now. And up in the Northeast, man. Nasty. And right there at the southern part of Lake Michigan. Really, the whole United States is not looking that healthy right now. Hell, India looks better than the United States, and usually they're one of the worst. China's usually in the black. We got fires going on up here in Russia. So it looks like the fires have gone down quite a bit. You got a few down here in Mexico. All kinds of stuff going on in Africa. A few fires there in Australia. Check the carbon dioxide. Who will get the award for tonight? Whoa, the award's going to go for Southern California tonight. Now, I can almost bet this is the worst carbon dioxide concentration on the planet right now. Let's back out and look. Usually it's the East Coast, but it's actually not looking that bad. And for sure. So the worst carbon dioxide concentration at the surface, you know, where you're breathing, is let's go ahead and check the PM 2.5s. Yeah, this will help point out the fires too. So yeah, man, Southern California's got some nasty stuff going on. PM10s, these are 10 microns. These are still nanoparticulates, but a little bit bigger. Then the really deadly ones, the PM1s, under 1 micron. These get absorbed right into the brain. So, wow, weird spot up here in Greenland. So that's pretty strange. I don't know if I've seen one there. And then we've got the solar thing here. Let's see, when was it that we got the big, should be, now they said they've seen these all the way into California. Let's see if we can get it to where it happened. Yeah, which one is that the one up in Canada there? In Grafted Word Ministries, where's that fire at that you're at? Is that the one up in Canada? Yeah, we might be able to see them on wow, it's weird, it's not like working. So we might be able to see the fires on this in Canada. We did see them the other day. Yeah, they look just like the Paradise fires when they started the fires up here. The good news is we're still alive. All right, it's not going to load, man. What the heck? Oh, Arizona. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen some fires there. Let me... Oh, I went back or something. Oh, there we go. Arizona. All right, let me click the layers. Yeah, there's a couple fires right there. Yeah, they're not showing up as super huge fires, but they look pretty smoky for sure. So definitely a couple fires right here around the Flagstaff area. Let's go back a day, see if it shows up. And it's going to take forever to load. What the heck? Yeah, I'm pretty damn tired tonight. Mondays and Fridays usually are some of my worst days, just tired wise. And I can't blame it on the chemtrails today because we didn't have any. There's another little fire right there. This thing is just not loading real good. So yeah, a couple of fires are showing up there in Arizona, just north of Phoenix. Yeah, that's where the two fires are. I got one right there and a small one right there. At least that I can see on this. Maybe we can see it on this. Now we should be able to see it on this in one of the different channels. We'll go ahead and let's zoom in on that area just to see if we can find it. Oh yeah, I seen a couple lightning bugs yesterday for the first time this year. Haven't seen no hummingbirds, but yet I haven't put the hummingbird feeders out, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. Wow, look at all them aerosols being deployed. They're going to cover up the fire. Smothered and covered right there. Oh, heavy trails right when it went into night. So our fires are like right in here. And then right here at the end, let me slow this down here. Wow, you got storms popping up really close to where the fires are. Right here, you get super heavy liners going across the border. So you got big time nighttime spraying. We can probably put this on the micro physics. Now I could add the fire layer in here, but we should be able to pick it up here. We just got to wait on it to load. That's the thing. Oh, I know what we could use. Let's do the RAM slider. You know, I keep forgetting about this thing, man. One thing I want to check is the poles real quick to see if we got any kind of plasma. Yeah, we're inundated with flies, man. They're horrible this year. No, haven't seen no ticks or no mosquitoes yet, but the flies are insane. So I'm not seeing any kind of plasma on this. Let's try the southern hemisphere. Usually we can pick some of that up when there's a big old solar wind or something. Oh, they're going to be pushing the bug, you know, the mosquito stuff. They're going to be pushing the tick stuff, man. That's just going to be year of the plagues from the floods. I mean, you watch, they're going to be trying to get everybody to get a shot. Come get our vaccine. I seen somewhere today where they were saying that wonder if I can zoom in on this, where they were saying that they were blaming the CDC was man, look at the color of the chemtrails on this one. The CDC was blaming the parents of the kids not getting vaccinated for causing the measles outbreak. How's that possible? If the vaccine works, it shouldn't matter if the kids that don't get vaccinated, you know, even if they're carrying it, then the people who took the vaccine shouldn't get it. So I mean, it just don't even make sense. So you can definitely see that's fire smoke. I don't know how long it's going to take for this thing to load, but I mean, while we're waiting on that to load, let's try to get this to play. Yeah, it's just, it don't even make sense, man. Everything's upside down right now. We're in some strange times indeed. So all the heavy chemtrails are in the dark blue. That's probably the fires right in there. But if I can get the RAM slider to load, this will definitely show it. Here, I'll pop this in the chat, and you guys can check this out, because it may take all night for this to load. I'm not going to wait all night on this thing. Wonder if I can cut it down to like 6 images and see if that'll help. Yeah, once you zoom in on this sucker, man, it takes tons of memory and gigabytes. Like the first time oh yeah, we'll be able to use this now. So this is at night. Oh man, that's not going to be enough pictures here. I'm going to have to add some more images. We'll see how long that takes. Yeah, that's one thing. You got all them people crossing the border that's unvaccinated. You know, that's going to cause a pandemic. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. Yeah, see, okay, now it's starting to go here. Definitely can see the fire smoke. Yeah, you can see the initial, there's actually 3 fires going. Man, it shows up good on here. So it started, here's one fire, here's a fire, there's a fire, and maybe a fire right there. So this is some really good satellite images here. So yeah, you can definitely see that smoke. Hey, thanks there, Grumpy Troll. So yeah, that's definitely see the fire on here. So wow, pretty good sized fires. So hopefully they could quit spraying the aluminum to make it ignite. Well, anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and call this a show. The stream is sucking anyway. So, anyway, guys, much love out there. Thanks for helping us out. Thanks for sharing this information out. I'm going to hit the exit screen, and I'll come join you. Until next time, God willing. Anyway, much love, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Maybe if this thing will work. Who knows?